Friends, thank you very much for coming tonight. I'm Anne-Marie Delahunt and I welcome you on behalf of the Canberra Refugee Action Committee, who are the organisers of this public forum tonight. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the Ngunnawal people on whose land we are meeting and to offer my respects to their elders past and present. I'd also like to welcome our three speakers for this evening: former ACT Chief Minister and ACT resident, John Stanhope; Alex White, the Secretary of Unions ACT; and Jenny Haynes, the convener of New South Wales Labour for Refugees group. Thank you. The Canberra Refugee Action Committee is part of a network of concerned citizens around Australia taking action to return Australia's refugee policy to one that is fair and humane. In Canberra, we work at all levels of the community. We have working groups for school students, tertiary students, union members to meet and take action within their institutions and workplaces. We have working groups for people of faith, including Christians, Muslim, Jewish people, Buddhists and Quakers in our faith-based working group. And we also, for gays, lesbians, bisexuals, transgenders, intersex and queer people, we have a Rainbow Refugee Action Committee, which is, you can see why we chose the word rainbow, it's much, much shorter. These are some of the ways we're seeking to influence all those parts of the community in which we all live, work and engage with others. You can find out more about these groups and RAC activities from the table over at the side, and you can also sign up to hear and read more about the work that the Refugee Action Committee is doing. Canberra RAC is not aligned with any political party. We work to educate and to encourage citizens and our politicians to consider the issues and to act humanely. We are an action committee working to change the existing policies and approaches. There's chairs right over on the far side. Please feel relaxed about coming around to get them instead of crouching. It's very dangerous. So it's a reasonable question then to ask, why is Canberra RAC having a public meeting focusing on the ALP? Why are we having this forum? Our focus on the ALP and its refugee policy is specifically geared to building momentum and support for positive policy change at the upcoming ALP National Conference in weekend after next. Our activities over the past few months, this forum, the open letter we had in Saturday's Canberra Times, the article we achieved in the previous Sunday's Canberra Times, our meetings on campus, our communication with members and supporters have all been focusing on the ALP conference and the push within that party by Labour for Refugees to move amendments to restore dignity to their policy and to build support for those amendments. We're urging conference delegates to support those changes. However, our focus on shifting ALP policy doesn't end on July 26 with the close of that conference. Supporting movements within the ALP to change policy and building and strengthening our relationships with ALP members is a key part of our strategy to build the campaign. If the amendments do not succeed this time, we again will be bitterly disappointed, but we will continue to argue and agitate for our vision for a compassionate, fair and generous refugee policy. As we've been building for this event, we've had people ask, shouldn't we also be calling upon the Liberal Party to adopt humane policies? Well, of course. Of course we want the Liberal Party to ditch its cruel and punitive approaches. But we believe that the ALP is the only one of the two major parties that has any likelihood of changing course, to stop trying to match the government in the ugly race to the bottom on the treatment of refugees and asylum seekers, and to prosecute a different narrative. The polls show that a significant number of ALP voters are unhappy with the ALP refugee policy. Vastly fewer Liberal voters share this sentiment. This gives the ALP a strong base on which to anchor a change in their policy position.